Hello, everybody. Welcome to Halley's Children Session 3. We are streaming Rainbow, and we're happy to have you all here with us. If you're here with us on Session 3, you probably like our content at least a little bit, so you should probably press that subscribe button so that you don't miss us. I am Serafina Smith, your Game Master. I am joined by David as Halfdoor, Cameron as Anush, and Lara as Ida. You guys ready to play a game?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. We begin with Two Arms. Halfthor's voice interrupted the quiet of the night, alerting the circling troops that they have been spotted. Halfthor, making his ancestors proud, stands with a battle axe in each hand, roaring a battle cry. Just 2 days ago, he'd been a reluctant spy in the town of Hastings, there to assess the invading Normans and report back to his Earl whether to back them or Harold in this succession fight. Since then, he'd witnessed a falling star, gained amazing mental powers, had to flee for his life, lost one of his men and the falling star with him, and now was walking into a trap. So a mixed couple of days for Halfthor. The voice of Pagan rings through the night air. Put him in chains! Anush, clad in the black cloak he's been given, immediately charges towards the voice, intent on tackling the man. A learned man from far off Persia, he'd killed his first man this morning, and perhaps that bloodlust is in him still. Anush, however, wishes nothing more than to recover the iron sphere that has been stolen from them and to leave this awful place with its dry bread and its unwashed people. Meanwhile, Ida has turned into a bear. Well, not exactly a bear. She'd been given the mental image of the memory of a bear to study only moments ago, and she hadn't really had time to study it. She looks mostly like a bear, but a bit taller and thinner and with limbs that aren't really the ideal proportions for a human or a bear, and with human eyes. Ida's life turned upside down yesterday morning in the best way. With the falling of one star, she was freed of all of her father's contempt, of her role in the world, of all the restrictions of her life. Well, almost all. Earlier today, she aided in the murder of 2 men in the church, and she's still expecting divine retribution at any moment. And finally, Oof, Halfthor's man with no powers of his own, and thus technically no stake in this fight, is standing with Halfthor, his spear gripped in both hands, ready for whatever might threaten his lord. All right, you guys. So here's setting the stage. You're in the dark, in the forest. There's a clearing up ahead. Advancing towards you from the front, you can see Pagan and Robert, in both clad in chainmail hauberks with swords out. You can hear and see a little bit coming behind you, sort of from 2 angles. From behind you, like so. You've got one in front, and then 2 coming from behind. Are 2 groups of troops, one led by Philomore and one led by Askelin. Those are Pagan's remaining men who have not been killed. So, the battle begins. We start off with Robert, because no one goes before Robert. Robert moves forward.
Shit.
You can see that he wants to engage with Halfthor because he sees him as a threat, but he can't quite because Oof's spear is in the way. So he engages with Oof. So he's going to make a fight roll to try and go after Oof.
That's a oof, baby.
Oof.
Oof.
No.
Oof.
He gonna get oofed.
He's going to get Oof.
More like Robert of Ew.
Wow. This is a real historical figure, by the way.
I know.
Yeah, well.
Yeah,
Fuck
well, still fuck him.
He'll fuck himself. I'm gonna kill him.
Although it's like one of those, does 2 negatives make a positive? Because does the imperialist invading the imperialist nation then cancel that out? Or is it like a
It's
double
math.
bad?
Yeah, 2 negatives make a negative.
I
learned that from Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. Janitor is a wise man.
Okay.
Back to the battle.
All right. Robert strikes out, and he knocks Ulf's spear to the ground, but he does not strike Ulf himself. Next up in the order, we have Pagan. Pagan is being charged at by a crazy Saracen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll for Pagan to see. He's been told not to harm you, not to kill you, essentially. But I don't know if he's going to. Oh no, he does a good roll. So he did a good will roll. So he's smart enough to attempt to grab you instead of stab you in the belly with a sword.
I just have a point of clarification. Is Anusha's pinky growing back like that scene from Deadpool 2? Just like really tiny.
A tiny, yeah. Like, how big is his pinky?
Yeah,
It's in diapers.
I just want to say that I was literally going to like try and find the time to ask the exact same question. So David and I have our priorities straight.
I didn't even think about it.
The mental image of a man with a tiny baby pinky is important to us. I need to paint the picture in my mental head.
There you go. It's like that.
Got it.
Oh, it's growing. It's growing.
It's a little nubbin.
Terrifying.
All right. Anush, go ahead and roll a physique roll to resist this grapple.
That's a funny question. I had to check. I don't even have to check my character sheet. That's average.
All right. You are grabbed and held down. And
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you hear me? I got an average.
Yeah, I did hear that. You are grabbed, pushed to the ground, and he's got a pair of shackles that he's trying to put on you.
Oh, shit. God
Can I
damn it.
bite his nose off?
What?
You can absolutely make a fight roll to try and bite his nose.
Poor.
You kiss him on accident.
Just make out with him.
You give him a little nip, a little playful nip.
Weird.
Wow.
Got weird so fast.
I've done weirder in a fight for sure.
Is there anything else you want to do as you're being shackled, Anush?
I would love to like, if I have this axe and is he on top of me, push me to the ground? Can I like try to jab it in his stomach?
Yeah, you can roll a fight roll for that.
Oh my god. I want to say there's nothing I'm good at in these situations. That was great.
Oh, nice.
You're accidentally good at things.
Accidentally?
Yeah. Look at you. Yes, so you shove up into his belly, and it meets with the chainmail and just sort of makes a little clinking noise.
Oh no. I got a great. That's not good. I can't do anything else. I can't even think of anything else. I'm so in shock.
All right, Ida.
I think I see my friend get grabbed, so I'm gonna go after. So it was Pagan, right? Who has
Pagan's
him?
got a hold of him.
Okay. What? Okay, so I'm a weird bear.
You are a fucked up bear. You know how you get a temporary aspect when you're in animal form? Your current temporary aspect is form of fucked up bear.
Form of fucked up bear. Cool. Does this fucked up bear though? Like I imagine that the image that was shown to me was a bear doing this. So I see claws. So I know there's claws.
There's claws for sure.
Do I have the muzzle? Do I have like I know I have human eyes, but do I have like the bear mouth?
You've got a bear mouth, yes.
Okay. I do think then I'm gonna like I'm just reared up because all I've seen is a reared up bear. I don't know if they can walk on all fours. So I think I am gonna just swipe at Pagan to fight, to try to like get him off, or no, I maybe not swipe. I think maybe I'm going to tackle him to try to like get him off of Anush.
All right.
So is that fight or is that physique? What are you gonna have me
If it's
Athletics.
burglary, I can help. You just want to steal him away from me?
It's burglary.
Burglary?
I don't have.
Every fight, I learn more about myself, and it's never good because your thought was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna like tackle him," and my thought was like, "I would rip his throat out as a bear."
And I would bite his nose off. So
Not even being a bear.
The
you
full
said.
spectrum
Yeah.
of the rainbow,
The streaming rainbow.
Hey!
and that's brand placement.
So if you're trying to grab and hold him, that would be a physique. But if you're trying to just knock him somewhere with force, then that's going to be a fight.
Okay, I think I'm like trying to just go after him and just like push him. My only thought is get him off of Anoush.
Okay.
So a fight for that or
Yeah.
Okay. Please. It's not great. In fact, it's mediocre. I'm a fucked up bear. I just I'm like growling and yelling and making whatever, and I just go, "Rah!" And I just run at him and just like throw myself at him.
Like your legs aren't quite the same length as each other, so it's.
It was a bad sketch.
A mental sketch? Bad mental? It was a bad memory?
Yeah. Like how long has it been?
It was at a carnival. It was a really sad carnival bear.
Been a few years.
Bear baiting.
I don't think carnivals existed, but
Bear
was
baiting.
Yogi Bear.
you're wrong.
All right. So yeah, you attempt to shove him, and you just run into him and just sort of collapse around him because he is too solid for you. However, seeing a fucked up bear charging at him is probably going to possibly put the others off their game. So I'd also like you to roll a provoke roll to see if you can scare off some of these troops. And if you want, you can use a fate point and add your form of fucked up bear to that.
I definitely will.
Can she get the help? They get the help action because there's a crazy Norseman with battle paint and high as fuck screaming with two battle axes?
If you've got provoke, then yeah, you can use that.
Amazing.
I do actually.
Okay, so and as a reminder, so if I use a fate point for this, that I can either re-roll
never
it
mind.
or add 2. Okay. Oh, okay,
Right.
great, perfect. I'm really glad that that's a thing because that gets me to average.
The best of them.
That was really bad.
Okay, that's average is probably not going to scare our
No.
named NPCs, but I will roll for the troops that are nameless, the mobs.
Roar.
Okay.
Listen, a man, somebody who I just met that I thought was really cool killed somebody in consecrated ground earlier today, and I'm actually like terrified that God is going to smite me. So like, yeah, I'm a little off my game today.
Okay, so happily, the troops did not roll well. So the two groups of troops are sort of hesitating instead of moving in. So you're going to get an extra round before they get to attack you.
Heck yeah!
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Form of angry, weird, fucked up bear. Hooray!
Form of eldritch horror.
All right. Next is Philomore. Philomore moves into the shadows, which seem to wrap around him, and disappears from view. You can make notice rolls to try and spot him if you want to, but that's going to take, that's something you can do on your turn. But he is doing a shoot roll with his bow and arrow. Oh, well, I wasn't excited about that, but then I rolled shit. So let's see. All right, so he was shooting at Half Thor, and he got an average. So Half Thor, if you want to dodge with your athletics roll, all you got to get is an average.
I think I got it. Let me. Athletics is pretty high for me. Yeah, I got a good.
Awesome. So the arrow whizzes by you. Half Thor, it is now your go.
Okay. Can I do a notice, I guess, or would it be investigate to I want to generally assess, just get a general number. I know you showed us the locations.
Yeah.
But like am I dealing with like 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20 like people? I just want to get a good oh god, it's bad. Fuck. 3 negatives. So I got
Hell
a
yeah. Average.
4.
Damn it.
Poor.
So close to the best one.
So high. Just so high. I took too many mushrooms.
Why did you do this?
Yeah. There's at least 2 in every group. That's what you know.
Cool. Damn it. All right. Okay, I think I'm trying to. Okay, so I saw Ida. Sorry, Ida go.
That's the name of the bear.
Yeah,
Nah,
Edna the
more.
bear.
Head to the bear.
I saw
Edna.
Ida go towards Pagan. So I'm gonna assume Manouche is probably okay.
No.
It's a bad assumption, but I get it.
Yeah, you know what I meant. I got shot at by the arrow,
Yes.
and Robert disarmed my new friend.
Yeah, he still has a sword and shield. He just has to grab it.
Okay. God, I really want to kill Robert, but I also don't want to get shot up by this arrow boy. Can I look for Fillmore?
Absolutely. Give me a notice.
Hell yeah. Good. Wait. Sorry. 1, 2. Yeah, no, good.
Okay. So that is not a problem. You are able to spot him, but you can see that the shadows are sort of moving themselves around him. So you can't see him clearly, but you know where he is.
Is there any lamps around, like the big like any of the troops have, or there's like just any around that are like it's got the big thing of oil at the bottom and it's literally just like a lantern?
I mean, they're not holding lamps because they were trying to sneak up on you.
Yeah, but is there anywhere nearby at like the edge of the town or anything like that?
Let's see. If I roll positive, there is. I did not. No, there's not.
Okay. Nope. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I wanted to set him on fire. We can't hide in the shadow if you're on fire. I know. I'm going to do a will then to try to take over his brain space.
Who's?
Fillmore.
Fillmore.
Right?
Okay.
If you set me on fire, I can run at people.
I'm
Cameron, that's
traumatized.
insane. I can barely hear what you're saying, and it's insane.
Yeah, but Anoush doesn't know that.
Okay. 3 plus his will, right? So, superb. Epic.
Epic. Okay. Let me roll Fillmore's will. Oh, he's got fair will. Okay, that should be no problem. Oh, -1. Cool. So you get. So you said you had an epic.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Okay, so that is you're able to basically your consequence from that. But you have not for him this round. So you can hear him scream and shout, and you think he's grabbing his head.
So he takes a consequence.
So you have successfully hit him very hard, and he has taken a severe consequence. But he is
I
not
love
taken
that.
over.
Love
You
to
have to
hear
take
it.
him out
Okay.
to take him over.
And then I will just kind of try to harry, just stand menacingly around Robert to try to give Oof the moment to grab his stuff.
Yeah, I'll let you roll a provoke roll for that.
+1. So it's like the average? What that is? Average.
All right. Robert's eyes are on you for sure. You're not sure how intimidated or distracted he is by you,
Yeah.
but you have his attention.
I'm gonna kill you.
All right. It's Ulf's turn, and he has lost his spear. He quickly grabs his sword and makes a swipe at Robert. Oh, he does quite well. And Robert also does quite well. Okay. Ulf makes a swipe. It hits Robert's chainmail with no apparent penetration. Now it's Askelin who's coming with the other group from behind. He is going to run to try and handle the bear.
I'm on my back, just like, ah.
Roar.
Roar.
Pull up. I've got so many character sheets open right now, guys. It's ridiculous.
Yo.
Right. Okay. Oh, but he rolls very poorly. Yeah, that's a poor fight roll. So I'm yeah, go ahead and roll your fight just in case you roll terribly.
I didn't roll terribly. I rolled fair.
All right, that's good enough to stop his fight.
Hooray.
He rolled 3 negatives.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Get on my level.
All right, then the two mobs go. They are, as I said, taking one round to just sort of hang back because they're scared and intimidated by the giant bear fucked up thing. So they do nothing this round, and we're back to Robert, who is, let's see, Robert, his eyes are still on Hafthor, but he knows he has to get past Ulf first, so he's fighting an Ulf. And why can't I roll well today? All right, now for Ulf's fight roll. That's enough. Yeah, so Ulf blocks the sword slash with his own sword. All right, Pagan. Pagan is going to finish putting Anush in chains this turn.
Nuh-uh.
No.
I mean, probably, honestly.
It's not gonna happen.
I think it is. But you can just cut your hands off, so it's fine.
You could do that.
Don't
How-
give him ideas, please.
That's the first thing I thought about, and then I'm like, how do I do that? And
I mean, really, you just have to cut the one off.
yeah, I just need.
Because then you're not
That's
manacled.
true. Yeah. But if you're doing one, you might as well cut both hands off, right?
How do
You're
you
right.
cut them both off?
Yeah, I'm
That's
just
for
gonna cut my
Anush to
hand.
figure out
I'm
and
just
for
gonna
us
cut my
to
hands off.
support him through.
You're right.
He's a learned man. He knows how to do these
Yeah.
things.
I don't want to do everything.
Right?
Except fight.
Except for yeah. Well.
All right, you can roll a physique roll to try to resist being put into the shackles.
Can I give the help action as being a fucked up bear and I'm like rolling around growling and trying to be distracting? And like pushing?
It's okay. I got the best one. Average.
So your arms are placed in shackles. And he is sort of grabbing you and trying to sling you over his shoulder.
Does he have any like Judeo-Christian religious iconography on him? Is he a devout believer?
He does not have any iconography.
Fuck. I guess before you take me to your boss or whatever, your leader, you haven't asked me what gift the orb has given me. Would you like to know? Are you curious at all?
I reckon I'm a little curious.
Well, if you get me close enough to Robert, I just explode.
Good reasoning to get him close to you.
Or I could just do it now on your shoulder. You want me to explode on you?
That's hot.
On the shoulder? I
You
didn't
try to
provoke.
kiss him?
Roll provoke. Let's see if you scare him.
I wish I had
Could
provoke. I'd be a bear going, you do it!
Could I make a case for deceive?
All right.
I'm lying to him.
Yeah, you are lying.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, fair, Eldritch. God, I got a fair.
All right. He
rolled shit, but I got a +2 on that.
He looks at you. He looks aback, and
I show him my hand that's missing a pinky. Takes a while for me to grow back.
He throws you on the ground. And looks like he's trying. He's sort of frozen in indecision this turn.
I fucking run. I bolt.
All right, it is your turn next, so you can go ahead and make a run for it. Yeah,
just bolt. If he throws me on the ground, I get up and I take off running.
All right, are you running towards Hastings or away from Hastings?
Into just somewhere to hide.
All right, off to the forest to hide.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if they have the orb on them. Or if they have hit it first, so I want to like scope out and see if they have it on before I head over there.
Okay. All right. So yeah, he is sort of taken aback and did not expect you to jet away. So you get away from him.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I cannot die here. They don't have food.
We've got so much food.
You're a bear. You cannot speak to me.
Rah, 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 rah.
I don't know what that is.
You see it in my human eyes. I'm offended.
Speaking of Ida, it is your turn now.
So as this has all gone on, I as Anoush runs, then I would try to surge up again and go for his throat. Like go to actually bite for his throat.
All right.
So let's see. Please don't fuck me. Okay.
I mean, since you're using your bear strength, you can use your spend a fate point if you wish.
This guy's a big one. I want to try to get him. Okay, so that is that's a fair. Oh no, it's not. I'm sorry. That's a good. I'm sorry. It's 2 points. I get 2. Yeah, so it's a good. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's.
But it is good. It is good. Unfortunately, this is Pagan, and he is a good fighter, and he just sort of steps out of the way, and your lunge meets with nothing. He laughs.
Can I shift then? I would choose to shift out of the fucked up bear form because I'm like, this obviously isn't working. I am like all off kilter. And I would shift back into a wolf because that is much more like I've seen a wolf more recently and like that's much easier to do. So no one has seen me shit. Like these guys haven't actually like knowingly. I think because Pagan, I shifted in front of him, but he wasn't really like paying attention to what I was doing.
Right.
So I think this is the first time they're actually seeing me do my thing, but they've only seen me as an animal. So, yeah. So I would shift into that wolf form and just get down and be just like growling, just really scary and menacingly. So if I could do like a provoke or something to be like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You shift into the form of a wolf and growl menacingly.
I'm changing dice. Way better. Okay. That is going to be it's not, I mean, the dice are better, but I don't have provoke. So it's going to be average, but still just enough to be like, oh, fuck you. They just saw a bear change to something else. Can somebody else be scared of me?
And average is enough with his roll to sort of freeze him in place. So his next turn, he's going to just be sort of standing in fear.
Hell yeah.
All right. All right, Philomore. Philomore is stumbling away in the shadows. He's not taking a shot right now because he's been injured in his brain areas.
Fillmore's about to get fucked up.
Half Thor, it's your turn.
Hell yeah. You know what we're doing. Fucking mind time. I want to push again. Half Thor's whole thing has been find the limits, right? You can't find every good tactician knows that your tactics are only as good as the information you have. So he is trying to push the full limit of what he can do and is essentially trying to grab control of this guy's brain with his own brain. And I rolled 4 positives.
Oh.
Oof.
So that goes from I think it was great. Where's my character sheet? Oh no, Will is great to legendary.
Legendary.
Oh,
Still worse than average.
Yeah, that is more than 4 shifts above, and he does not have a severe consequence anymore, so that is enough to take him out, and you gain control. You can see through his eyes. He sees perfectly in this shadow. He can see. It's like daylight for him right now.
He trains his
all
bow on Robert, and on his turn, will let loose.
Okay.
And then
you're controlling him, so he's acting on your turn right now. So you can go ahead and do that now.
Oh, okay. Then is that a shoot?
It's a shoot, and he has it at good.
Ooh, not as good that time, but it will go to a great because I got a +1. All right, good, then great. Yeah, so it's a great.
Great. Okay, let's see if Robert can get out of the way. Did I give Robert athletics? I did not. Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, okay. You said good, great, great. Okay. So
only a +1.
All right. An arrow chooms into Robert, and it's sticking through his chainmail in his chest, and he grunts and sort of doubles over a little bit.
And Half-Thor looks him in the eye and says, "What was yours will be mine, including your life."
And your wife.
Impudent little Saxons. All right. It is Ulf's turn. Ulf is going to go after the now bent over Sir Robert. Oh, good job, Ulf. Robert. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so Ulf stabs into Robert's chest right in the area of the gap in the chainmail that was caused by the arrow, and causes Robert to back away with his hands over his chest, and he's trying to pull the arrow out and backing away. And it is now Askelin's turn. Askelin. Askelin is going to take off to try to get Anush. So he is doing an investigate. Askelin, did I give you investigate? No, so this is probably not going to go well. No, it didn't. Okay, so Askelin spends this turn looking out into the forest, trying to spot Anush and failing to find him. All right, now the troops move in. Group from the back right. They were led by Fillmore, and they are sort of taken aback at Fillmore's shooting of Robert. And so they are going to move in to try to support Robert. So they are going after you, Thor. So you have 3 men with swords coming after you.
Yikes!
It's a mob of nameless PCs, so they're just acting as one, basically, for convenience sake. But they did pretty good. So roll your fight to defend against them.
Okay. Hell yeah. 3 pluses to a good goes to 6. Fan fucking tastic.
Marvelous.
I'm rolling hot today.
Yeah.
Good, because no one else is.
I know, because I usually am the one who is like, fate is fucking me over, but today
This makes sense. Today it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the fight time.
Yeah. So they move in. They come after you, but you bat them away with one of your battle axes while your other one is still held.
For just flavor, can the like spear come up and like smack up one of the swords too?
Hell yeah.
Like on the floor. It's like, whoosh, and then it falls right back down. I got plans for that spear though.
And the ones on the left are moving in. They are also going to try to find Anush. But they also roll for shit. So they do not see you. You don't even need to make a stealth roll for this because they are just rolling so shittily.
Middle Eastern magic. I blend into the darkness.
Nice. Okay, so
If you had a full pinky, they'd see you.
Yeah, I know. That's why I cut it off. It helps me hide.
all right, it's Robert's turn.
You can't see me. You can see me. You can't see me. You can see me.
Robert's backing away, but still fighting as he goes. So he's going to swing at Ulf. Why can I not roll well?
During the this little tete-a-tete, can Halfthor say in Ulf's brain, convey a plan? Because they've fought like a bunch together, right?
Yeah.
And so I would imagine they've developed a good amount of like shorthand, but he wants to say it in his head to ask Oof when he avoids that. Like he wants to switch. He wants Oof to take out these 3 guys, and he wants to go after Robert. So what he wants to convey to Oof is when you avoid that last swing, just turn completely around and give me a boosty. And I want to like him to launch me 8-9 feet in the air and come down on Robert with my axes.
Wow. Okay.
I understand that like we'll wait till my turn and like
Right.
weird action economy stuff with that, but
Okay. Yeah, you're able to communicate that to him, and he is, however, hit by Robert's sword, and seems he takes a small wound to the side.
yeah, I needed to get him out of there. Robert seems pretty serious.
Pagan loses his turn because he is stunned by the wolf. Anush, you are in the forest hiding. You're apparently hiding in a good spot because there's people looking for you and ain't nobody seeing you.
Just behind my chains. No, I think I'm like posted up behind a tree, breathing heavily, sweating. And I want to peek out and I want to investigate like the battlefield, like using some mental math, like check everybody's like bags that they're carrying. Is there like an orb shape under their clothes, or is somebody just like fucking carrying it? Just want to make sure it's here or not here. So I know where to go next.
Is that an orb shape under your clothes, or are you just happy to see me?
Yeah.
Did you just explode on yourself?
Looking for ball.
Yeah, I want to look for balls.
Roll for balls.
How do I roll for
Roll
balls?
for balls.
Roll a notice to see if you notice the ball.
Okay. Let me notice this ball. That's not bad. That's a great.
Children. We are Sarah's children.
Yeah.
I'm an adult. I'm an adult looking for balls.
I'm glad
what
you're
you're
an adult
talking
if you're looking for balls.
That's a different website, Kim. That's a different website.
It's also for our OnlyFans, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want saturation across different platforms.
Yeah. We're synergizing our content.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, you are pretty sure that no one here has that orb on them.
Okay.
No balls. Not a single one.
Yeah, they're all ballless.
Think about shouting out, but then I think against it because then everybody will know where I'm going, and I want to try to like run towards the tower where I supposedly heard it was held.
Okay. So you turn around and you spot someone coming in your direction, dressed in a black cloak. So you can run past them or try to hide from them or try to figure out who they are. What do you want to do?
Well, I don't want to kill anybody right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was a traumatic event.
Okay.
And I want to move as fast as I can so I don't like feel like I want to stop and look at this person. So I'll just try to run past them.
Okay. All right. That's not going to take a problem. You run on past them. You see that this person did not see you at first, so they are surprised and startled as you run past, but they don't try to stop you.
Rock and roll. Oh, fuck.
That's the scene aspect, by the way. We put that in the.
You didn't. I invoke that scene aspect.
That's a good scene aspect.
It's going down. Fallout Boy.
Fade to black.
All right.
That's all I got.
Ida?
Okay.
Go.
So I am, in fact, a wolf. I'm going to. Is it notice? Would I roll notice to just kind of look around and see like the lay of the land? Like all I knew was that I had to protect my friend, and now my friend is not here. So is it notice to kind of see where to go next or what's
Yeah, sounds
happening?
like a notice.
Okay, it's not rapport. Should it be rapport?
Strangely not.
Okay, that is it's a fair.
Okay. So you've got near you Askelin and three nameless goons all sort of looking out to try to see Anush, and their backs are to you. So you could go after them if you like, with not a problem. You can see that Robert is backing away and looks like he might be retreating. So you could join in that.
I think I am gonna go after Asklin and the three nameless people.
Mhm.
Because I have so much faith in Hathor and Ulf. I'm like, they got that, and that's above my pay grade. So I'm
You're
gonna go
probably
after
also seeing Halfthor like run towards Oof, who's like faking that he got hurt harder than he did, and is getting ready to launch him into the air.
You got this. They got this. They got this. So I'm
Pulling
gonna
some
go
real Avengers shit. Fight one.
amazing. So just to like pounce at them, I'm
Mhm.
gonna just run at them, just like making the most menacing. Like the sound of a wolf is a thing of nightmares. Like for eons, like that's been an actual thing that like makes people terrified. So I'm
Mhm.
making that noise of like that menacing growl as I just sprint towards them. So, but just to like pounce, would that be fight then?
Sure is.
Okay.
You have one fate point left, so if you want to use your form of wolf to make that better, you can.
I am, because that's going to make it a great.
All right. Are you going after one of them in particular?
I think I'm going to go after Askelin,
Okay.
just because he's the big boss. And I weirdly assume that if he stops, they might stop.
All right. So you bite Askelin on the leg, and he shrieks, falls down, grabs his leg.
Just blood dripping from my mouth, just like stalking closer.
Yeah, go ahead and roll another provoke.
Damn it. It's mediocre. I literally got 2 pluses and 2 minuses.
Fair enough.
It's
Yeah,
such a okay roll, but it feels so good when I see it.
I know.
My
I
brain's
don't have
like,
to
that's the way.
I don't have to do math. That's just how it is.
It just
All right.
scratches my brain.
Dripping.
All right, Half-Thor, it is now your turn. You can jump up to Ulf, but you can also, at the same time, be controlling Philomore. So what does Philomore do?
Okay. Philmore is gonna try to help Ulf out, and he's gonna try to take out one of these nameless people. Because I saw Anush run, and then I saw Askerlin chase, and Pagan's kind of standing still, right? For
Yes.
a second. He's like he's like, yeah, okay. And then Askerlin chase though, and Ida is taking on essentially 1-on-4.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't like those odds. So I want Fillmore to shoot. Yeah, probably one of the nameless people too. So you said he's good with shoot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I got 2 pluses, 2 minuses too. So good.
Okay. So he's trying to shoot one of the nameless goons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he shoots an arrow. It goes into the back of the neck of the goon, and it just.
Love to hear it. Okay, so I want again Ulf to like take it to the side and kind of like dramatically go down, and he's just gonna like you're boosting your homie over the fence and launch me in the air. And I would like to roll 2 rolls to try to trick this man. If I could do it like in athletics to see if how high, and like to try to, and then a deceive to get him to believe that I'm coming with my axes and like that's the real attack. And I want to take that spear that's on the floor and drive it up through his ribs.
Ready? Okay.
So I want
Drop
all
the
his
axe and grab
attention
the spear
here, and then this with my brain pick that spear up off the floor. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay, so we'll roll the athletics, see how high Half-Thor can jump off this wolf.
Ooh,
-1.
Spear.
Not
Fuck
great.
you.
So that goes down to a fair. It's a fair jump.
Okay.
I think I'm going to use my 1 fate point for this deceive roll, though, because this is very important to me to get this right. I won't need it, because that is a great deceive.
Okay.
Hopefully I don't need it. And then the will for the
Yep. Will
attack.
to grab it and attack with it.
My second 4 pluses of the game.
Oh.
So that is a great +4. And then just to make it off the charts, I want to use my fate point.
What are you tapping?
It's over legendary. It's +10.
We call that average, my friends.
We call that all right.
All right.
One. I guess.
So, okay. So you said you tapped something, an aspect?
My fate point. I have my 1 point, right?
Yeah, you have a fate point, but in order to use it, you have to have an aspect that's relevant.
Oh, master tactics.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Using the deceive to sorry.
That's pretty on point.
I should
on
have
the
said
nose.
that. Yeah. The tactic of like the feint, the deception into the like.
All right.
You don't want to use the scene aspect?
Fuck.
Robert should probably invoke that.
You should, because he's got no ribs.
He's about to be Jesus Christ. Sorry.
All right.
Jesus
So what
Christ was not
happens? You
You
do
got
the
stabbed in the
turn,
ribs.
the jump. Rar jumping up as though you are about to attack, but instead, with your mind, grab the spear. The spear lifts up. Interestingly, he is not distracted by you at all, and he steps away from where the attack was coming, but he does not get far enough. And that thing comes out faster than he is ready for, and goes right through his chainmail, buries itself in his side, and he falls to the ground.
I bet you can see the future. That piece of shit. That's how they got us.
And then I walk over to him and I stand over him. And I say something like, even though it's completely not true, because he's a real historical figure, you die today in anonymity and nobody will remember you. And I spit in his face and I pull the spear out.
All right.
What kind of revisionist history bullshit is this?
The kind where the Danes win.
That's true.
The best kind. Yeah, and then I turn around to help Half-Thor because even though this is essentially a comic book and you don't make sure the body's dead, right? I'm not going to, because Half-Thor doesn't know those rules.
Right,
He's gonna turn around and help Wolf. Because to everything he would ever known, that's like a kill shot.
Okay. All right.
He's
So
himself there.
Wolf. Okay. Wolf cuts the one of the nameless goons that are coming after you in half with his sword.
So we got one left.
You've got one left there. There are two left.
there. Yeah. I know there's
Yeah.
more groups, right?
So there are a total of 3 nameless goons left. One of them is with you. The other 2 are.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It is Asklin. Asklin is on the ground. He is grabbing at his leg, which is bleeding. As he grabs it, the bleeding stops and the wounds close. And he's back. He's like scooting away from you on the ground. And he says, help, 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 help.
Rar.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Rar.
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 Ida is
All
like
right.
the first emo ever.
The remaining member of Mob 1 is attacking Ulf. Actually rolled quite well. But so did Ulf. So they go after him, and he skillfully dodges the blow. Mob 2 are coming to the aid of Askelin and attacking the wolf. Okay, you can roll fight, and you're probably not going to get hit unless you roll really shitty.
Well, that's a pretty good bet because apparently that's what I do. Here, I'm just changing. You dice. Okay, it's a fair.
All you needed was an average, so you
Hell
are correct.
yeah.
So the nameless goons do not get a hold of you or cut into your delicate fur. At this point, a man in a black cloak charges in.
I know him.
And he's got a big stick that he tries to thump onto one of the nameless goons' back of his head.
Oh.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy that can't fight. It goes clonk on the nameless goon's helmet and sort of comically turns. Has no effect. And we are back. Nobody's looking at Robert right now. Nobody knows what Robert's doing, if he's doing anything. Pagan recovers from his momentary fear, momentary pissing himself. And he is going to go after Ida with his sword.
Rar. Woof.
Woof. Yes.
Woof.
Okay, Ida, it's a fight roll to resist.
I'm not gonna get this. This is gonna be the bad one. The good fighter is attacking me with my crap fight. Cool.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's two negatives. So that is poor.
4. Okay.
I don't see it coming.
All right. So you take 4 levels of stress. I don't think you have 4 levels of physical stress. So
I don't. So that goes into mild.
Consequence. You'll need to take a moderate or severe consequence. It's up to you.
Okay. Let's.
What are the numbers on our? Can we explain for the viewers again? Definitely
Yeah.
not me.
Definitely. I know what I'm talking about.
How stresses and consequences work.
Sure. Glad you asked. So when someone makes a fight roll successfully against someone else, they will have gone over the other person's roll by a certain number of what we call shifts, basically levels. And that many shifts is what the number is that you have to worry about. So in this case, he was 4 shifts above. So you would either have to fill in a 4 on the stress chart if you have one, or a 5 if you have one of those. Or you can take a moderate or severe consequence because a moderate covers 4 and severe covers 6. So it's basically it's not like hit points because it doesn't consider the 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just if it gets you need that high level up in order to block it, basically.
Got it. Okay. So I've got 1, 2, 3. Those are if something hits me with the 1, 2, or 3 shift, I still have that stress to use.
Right.
But I also have a moderate consequence. I'm choosing moderate consequence.
Okay.
So he came at me with a sword. So probably just where if he came from behind me, I think he probably now have a giant slash on like my back hip.
Mhm.
So I'm like limping at this point. You hear this, everyone hears this loud yelp like anytime a dog kind of hurts himself. So that just echoes through the woods. And honestly, the shock of that probably kicks me out, and I'm on the ground as Ida, just bleeding. So, like, that's where I am right now. Like, yeah. So, just on the ground, woman on the ground. So with a pretty nasty gash on the hip.
All right. And then we move to Anush. You are running for Hastings?
Yes.
Okay. You do not encounter anyone else. You get to the town's outskirts this turn. Where are you going to head?
That tower that's being built that I know Robert has been posting up in.
Okay. All right. You start heading for the wooden castle.
Mm-hmm.
Castle Hastings.
Mansion.
All right. Ida, you are on the ground in your normal form.
Yes.
Megan standing over you.
Yeah. By the way, I called that moderate consequent. My hips, they lie. So there you
I've
go.
always
And
heard
you
they
won't
didn't.
deny it.
They do lie. I'm going to try to push myself up and just run at that point and just get out of Dodge. So into the trees so I can stealth. So would that be to push myself up? Would that be athletics, physique, or what would you like me to roll?
Athletics is a really good choice for that to get out of their range real fast.
Okay. Please. I can't come back to life like other people.
You don't know that.
Well, I definitely am not going to be getting up out of here. It's a mediocre.
Mediocre. Okay.
I'm terrified. Like this is like, yeah, I'm like, I'm alone with a bunch of men who could do some trigger warning things to me. So, and I'm injured and can't run away. So that I'm so terrified right now.
Okay. So you are stumbling up, trying to get up and trying to get away, but you're just sort of stumbling over yourself.
Limping because I'm hurt. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Half-Thor.
Okay. The first thing. So Half-Thor was probably going to go after Pagan. Wait, is Pagan the one who hit Ida or
Yes.
Askerlin? Pagan did. Okay. Yeah, he was going to go after Pagan anyways. So I think is there any of the mob left around there or no?
Yes.
Okay, so Fillmore. Oh man. Yeah, Ulf will just have to take the mob by himself, I guess. I think there's only one left there. Or two. But either way, he can handle that. Fillmore will take a shot. Who should he take a shot at? I think he's going to take a shot at Askerlin.
Okay.
Ooh, there's the bad rolls. Good to a average.
All right. Yeah, Askelin dives away from that.
Yeah. And then he's gonna just attack. Oh, shit. Drop my die. Pagan. Should I? No, I don't think I'll do that. I think I'm just gonna. Yeah, I think he's just gonna run up and try to like double axe Pagan, maybe from behind if he can or whatever, or just like kind of startle him and get his attention away. Mostly though from Ida.
Okay.
Give her a chance. That turns into a great.
Okay. Pagan rolled very badly, so that works. So he's taking stress. You strike him. The blow strikes his chainmail and definitely sort of knocks him down. But he is not harmed by it as such.
And then I want to communicate to both Halfthor and Ida.
You are
different
Halfthor.
things. Sorry, to Ulf and Ida. I am Halfthor. And they both are fine. And to Ulf, I'm just going to tell him find Anoush, like once he takes out those guys. And to Ida, he's just going to say, like, I'm here to help you. Just to try to, like, reassure her that, like, you're not alone. Because I think he also would recognize, like, he's probably taken a few people into battles. I think he's always been outnumbered. And I think he's taken, like, a few people into their first battle and knows the, like, real terror, right? Firsthand of, like, it's all exciting until the first time you get shot.
Mm-hmm.
So he just wants to try to help. So would that be like empathy or just give that as a
That's rapport, baby.
rapport?
Actually, rapport.
All right. Average.
Okay. So,
Makes sense in a harried battle. She got her hip cut off. Words don't help that. Don't salve that wound very well.
so what he says is it's it's comforting. It's fine.
Is it an open communication?
Yeah.
Like, can I say? So all you hear in my head is, "Don't let them hurt me." Like in a way that you understand what I'm saying. So like, it's very much she doesn't care about her. She doesn't care about her hip. She doesn't care about any of that. She's terrified of what these men are going to do to her.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Her mortal soul and purity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Halfthor would recognize that and just give like, I think you'd see like maybe a little like, oh shit, I didn't even think of that because I'm a man and that's not something I have to think about. And then just like solemnly like gives a nod. Like he doesn't even know what to say, so he just like gives a nod.
Okay. All right. Oof. Casually takes out the last goon there in that group and turns and immediately stalks off into the night to search for Anoush.
Hope he finds our sneaky boy.
Still handcuffed, still running.
Just imagine no, it's like little clink, 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 clink. Like running through
have
the tree.
no physique, no athletics, physical stress of 2. Oh my god.
Anoush is a hunter, so he has canonically hunted a deer. So I think he'll be able to find an Anoush. Or Ulf is, sorry. So
I was like, no, I
So
haven't. That's a lie.
Sorry, Ulf. So I think he'll find Anoush. Sorry, I'm tired today.
I saw it
It
here
is
one time.
showing. I called
I've seen many
myself.
deer.
Yeah.
Should come to Texas. There's a bunch of them.
So Askelin stands up, and you can see the indecision in his eyes as he considers whether to continue fighting, and he comes out on the other side of it and takes off. Askelin is out of here.
Good. Welcome.
Troops Mob 1 is now gone. Troops Mob 2 still has, I believe, one left.
Is that so? Mob 1 was Askelin's?
No, Mob 2 is Askelin's.
Okay, cool.
We killed all the other people.
And we have one left on Askelin's then.
Yes.
All right, Askelin. All right, yeah. So the final mob guy, final nameless goon, is going to go after Half-Thor, who is attacking Pagan. Half-Thor, you can roll fight. All you need is a fair, so you're probably fine.
Yeah. Damn, there was that good roll. Fillmore needed that.
All right, so we're back up. Pagan. Pagan, his attention is now off of Ida and onto Half-Thor. And he makes a sword attack, swinging out with a sort of a wild strike against Half-Thor. Half-Thor, roll fight.
Can I use my will to again use the to try to defend myself with the spear?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay, +1 to superb.
Okay, so the spear bats his sword out of the way before it reaches you, and he looks confused and frustrated.
Yeah, I want to purposely stand there and not move with his axes at the side, and yeah, the spear comes and
Nice. Okay, Anush, you are breathlessly running. You get to the castle, which has a lot of men surrounding it. What are you going to do?
Fuck. It's being built currently, right?
That is correct.
So I'm guessing there are probably ways to get in that aren't typical of a building. And maybe one of them is not as guarded as where the hell these guards are. So I want to observe, try to investigate this building to see if there is a place where I can sneak in without being noticed.
Sounds like a burglary roll.
Yes.
How's that going?
Oh, it's great. It's the best one.
Was it the best one? Yeah.
It's
Okay.
average.
If only you'd waited for me.
It's always so hard.
I was
when
dying.
You are rolling hot, and then nobody else is. It's you can't celebrate. It's like celebrating at a wake.
Oh no!
I got a promotion. Oh, shit,
this is my favorite thing. I like when I fail.
Yeah. So.
Hey, I'm so sorry. It's not. It's a mediocre.
It's a mediocre.
Even
okay.
better.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah, I liked you.
Lovely, lovely. So you wander around looking for an entrance for subterfuge, and you are. Go ahead and roll a stealth for me as well.
Oh yes, so good at these. Just as good as these. I am good at burglary. Burglary. That one's an average. We're making it.
Just getting better and better.
You are spotted. and some of the guards outside the castle are like, "Hey, what's it?
I
Who are you?"
I am here to finish the castle. I am a landscape artist.
It's like 1 a.m. and
This
you're
is
in
normal.
Hastings. And
Landscaping's a real thing in 1066.
This is the equivalent of what's that movie? Housekeeping, landscaping, landscaping.
I am working off my penance to Sir Robert. He said he would let me go if I help design his castle. I just need a way to see the inside.
He's right behind me.
Yeah, he's coming. He's had to fight some people in the woods, so I ran away.
They look at each other. Well, you go find him and bring him back.
Okay, so here's the thing. He's going to kill us all if you do not let me in. He's very particular. In a bad mood, probably covered in blood right now. So, help. 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 I get on my knees. Help. And I just start to like sob and cry and just like let all like the past day out. I'm just having a full-on breakdown in front of these guards. I just need to get in the castle. I just need to go in there and do a job. And he's going to come and he's going to kill me if I do not do a job.
They turn to each other. And one of them says, "I'll watch him. You go and get the head of the guard, the head of the watch." And so one of them stays with you, and the other one goes off inside the castle.
Does anybody have a chamber pot? I need to pee.
Too late.
God damn it. Christian, God damn it.
Sorry.
Bless you.
All right, so you're waiting on that.
Yeah, full on panic attack.
No problem. Everything's great. Ida.
I am going to, while people are distracted, I'm going to go try, or while Hafthor and Ulf are doing their thing, I am going to try to stealth out and just hide, get to a point where people can't see me. So disappear into the woods.
Okay.
So stealth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm way better at stealth than I am at fighting. So fingers crossed. Yes, that is a great for stealth.
Great.
Okay. And once I'm in a place, once I'm in a place where I feel like I'm hidden, I want to turn into a fox, so I'm a smaller target, and just kind of try to sneak away.
All right, you disappear into the underbrush, shift your form into that of a little red fox, and sort of slink away.
I would also try to slink in the direction that I saw Anoush went, just because I feel very responsible for him. So I'm going to kind of go that direction, but stay as hidden as possible.
Okay. Sounds good. The man in the black cloak leaps at Pagan to try and get him.
Do something, please.
Pagan just casually shoves him off, and he falls to the ground. His cloak comes off over his head, and it's the mayor. It's Edmund, and he looks
he hates
tired and frightened.
Good for him.
Good for
I
you,
love that
Mayor.
for him. That's also why he's bad at what he's doing.
He's gonna die so hard.
He's an administrator, damn it.
I just do the taxes.
He's dead.
Usually when I hurt people, they're defenseless.
I have a sheriff for this.
True. Robin Hood.
Where's the 5-0?
It's you, Hafthor.
Hell yeah. Okay. So I think Halfthor would see the mayor and be very surprised, but like he earns a bit of respect from him. And so but after that, he has no respect for Pagan, so he's gonna try to fuck him up. I want to, but Pagan is the only combatant now, right? Because Ulf killed the last one and then ran off, right? And then Askerlin decided, fuck this shit.
Yeah, it's just Pagan alone now.
All right, so my goal is to disarm truly and literally Pagan. So I'm gonna like with these attacks, if it was going to be lethal, instead just like cut his hand off.
Understood.
Dishand.
So Fillmore first rolls a +1, a great, right? Because he had good, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So he rolls a great for his arrow shot.
Okay. Okay. The arrow hits Pagan in the face. And when I say hits, I mean it does not penetrate. It hits, and you can see it like pushing into his cheek, and then it falls to the ground.
It wasn't his chainmail. He's just invincible. He's got like the better power of me.
Okay, so Halfthor seeing that is a little scared. But is undeterred, and will try to create distance. And oh man, I really wish I had that fate point right now. He's gonna try to mind fuck Pagan. Okay, plus
full on Luke
1.
Cage on us.
His body's impenetrable, but his brain sure isn't.
Superb.
He might be.
Superb. Okay.
No, we've mind fucked Pagan.
Yeah, I've mind fucked Pagan on multiple occasions.
Maybe he's
I've
just
probed.
kidding.
Just a tip, though. This is like a little, just gentle
You
petting.
immediately knock him out.
Hell yeah.
Never mind.
You're already taking control of someone, so you can't take control of him as well. But his eyes roll in the back of his head, and he falls to the ground.
Okay. As soon as I can, and if that's now because there's nobody else around,
Right.
I'm going to tie him up, and we're gonna lug him into. And I think what I'm gonna do is test the limits of his power. So I want to tie Pagan up as using my. Can I use like athletics to see how tight it is? Because as a sailor as well, I think he would know a lot of really good knots.
Sure.
How tight is it?
Two athletics. It's superb.
Okay, you get some really good knots in there.
Okay.
Sheep shanks or whatever the fuck. I don't know anything about knots.
Yeah. I know a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Just gonna kind of lug him around, and throw him like because we were right. We like hid at the edge of the forest, and then they met us essentially before we kind of like in between the forest and the town, right? And we were in this like clearing area.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of crazy to think this whole fight happened in the dark too. But yeah. So I want to take that body and throw it in that spot. I would imagine it was like the same spot that me, Anush, and Ulf had stopped in earlier when we were doing the whole castle subterfuge. And then again testing the limits of his power. I want to tell Askerlin to walk. Just a simple command to walk north.
Fillmore? The one you're
controlling?
controlling?
Sorry, Fillmore. Yeah, not Askerlin. Askerlin ran away. I want Fillmore to just walk north and like with in any way he can and walk north. And then when I feel the disconnect, like I know it's gone.
Okay.
However long that takes. And I want to like note that, like keep beats in my head.
All right. Yeah. So it's probably like a few hundred meters. It's basically Fate works with zones. So it's like when he gets in this area, we're calling a zone like the clearing and then the surrounding forest. So he gets fairway through the surrounding forest before he cuts out.
So that gives us like a minute, though, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. And that's enough time for me to try to run and reach out brain space wise to Ulf, Ida, or Cameron. Or sorry, Anoush.
Oh my gosh! Oh!
Reaching
That
into the
happened?
future through the game.
That hurts.
Damn.
Don't do that.
Oh yeah.
Real.
You run off. Mayor Eden is behind you. Like
Stay with the body. We'll return and plan. Then I need to find my compatriots. And I don't think I saw Ida turn into a fox, right? It was a pretty good stealth roll.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of like reaching out to. I would imagine, like the way I picture it is, it feels like a like people have familiar. It's almost like a scent, right, or like a color or a shape or something. And I'm just trying to sense that in the zone and find my friends. And so I'll go. I guess the only other place that I think they would have went, because there's only one other direction. I didn't see them run into town. Is the castle.
Go to the castle.
Would I? Because I was trying to follow Anoush. Would I have seen Ulf? Sorry. Ulf.
Yes. Wolf went past you.
Okay. I think if that's the case, I would have gone out of Fox when I saw him because I'm safe with him.
Mhm.
And I would have said, like, we can't go there. Like, we have to find a way to see if we can find Anoush without being seen. Like, we can't do this again. Like, I don't know what to do. And she's like panicking. She's just like hyperventilating and just like limping and just like, but like, what do we do? Tell me what to do. She's holding on to Oof. Just like, what do I do?
Wolf nods at you and reaches to help you support yourself. He says, "My lord will take care of things. Don't worry. We're just following his orders right now."
As soon as she hears in her head, as soon as she hears Hafthor in her head, I think she does like the equivalent of like Polo, like Marco Polo. Like she starts looking around and like, I see this is what I see. Like she's just thinking about what she's seeing to try to put that into his head.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very scattered.
Sure. But between you and Ulf, you're able to guide Hafthor, and you are together. You are also able to make contact with Anoush, who
He's having a panic attack.
is having a bad time.
Straight up.
Yeah, I tell Anoush, get the fuck away from there.
You're alive. You're alive. My goodness, you're alive.
Shut up.
It's in my head. It's
Shut
fine.
up.
It's in my head.
Shut up.
I'm not speaking out loud. It's just in my head.
I know. I just need you to shut up so you can listen.
Oh, okay.
Get away from there before they take you into the castle and we can't get you out.
I'm already talking to two. They brought the big
run,
guard.
run. And then I'm gonna like the same trick I did with, because I imagine at this point, I can see Anoush, or I like just see the one person in a robe talking to guards at the top of a 10-foot castle, shaking and having a mental breakdown. I'm gonna try to do that trick I did with what's his name? With Pagan. Remember where I distracted him with the thing on the side, but actually tell Anoush the truth of we're over here in this clearing, or like where these trees are, or wherever we're hiding right here.
I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna like kind of like wipe my tears, and I'm gonna look at this castle to the guard, and I'm gonna say, "Oh, this is the wrong place," and I'm gonna walk away.
Sorry, wrong castle.
Your landscaping is in
temporarily
another
fortified castle. I'm sorry.
This is not the inn.
It truly happens all the time. You would be surprised.
Oh,
I am not from here. I do not know your.
oh, this is Hastings. I'm supposed to be in Avon.
This is not the. Bye.
And then I think once we get everybody together and get back, if there's no hiccups with that, Halfdoor is upset with himself and immediately goes to try to find Robert's body to grab anything off of him because he realizes that there was probably intelligence or letters or something. And if the bodies are gone or anything like that, if anybody came by, he's hoping not, he's fucked because he lost a lot of valuable information.
Robert's body is not there.
And he curses. And then so he goes to and then I think he's going to go up to the mayor at this point and say, what are you doing here?
Look, we don't have much time. Everyone's being held in the cobbler's house. I can't last very. And then he disappears.
Okay. Do we know where well, Ida knows where the cobbler's house is.
100% knows. So yeah. So she's like, "Go, let's go." And so
Right.
she leads them.
I have a question. Did they let me leave?
Yeah. When you zipped off, the guy who was waiting for the watch head just sort of like, whatever.
Okay.
That's also kind of the thing of castles, though, right? It's like they're on top of a rampart, right? And they would have had to like get down, open the gate, get out, and get you. So literally any scampering off logistically is like pretty easy.
Also, just a timeout really quick. Sera, you're really blurry.
You're blurry.
I am
Oh
very
shit!
blurry.
Yeah.
Yeah, your camera. Sarah's camera every once in a while just like says, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah, it hasn't happened in a while, huh? But yeah, I remember when we first started playing it. There it goes.
Yay!
Magic.
There you go. That's it.
3, 2.
Focus.
I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna get one of
A
those.
Get a
clapper.
little placard.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I think Ida would know where the
Mhm.
cobbler's house is, and I say, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" First, I want to like check on Ida.
Ida is like has had time to like you can see like dirty tear tracks down her face, and I imagine Oof would have like helped do something like battlefield like
Triage.
medicine to triage to like at least get to the part where she's not
Stop the bleeding
actively
or like
bleeding. Yeah. And she's got kind of like a steely look in her. She's like, "I'm fine. We just have to go."
Is there anything mechanically we can or need to do to help Ida?
Over my blood.
Or we just got need to rest and
Like
get her
she is
to
wounded,
refresh?
so you could bandage her wounds. So that would start the healing process. It's going to take a while for her to heal that.
Actually,
Serious,
I said that as a joke, but like Anush definitely has like some alchemical knowledge, and this is like some sort of like mystic property that's happening. Could he look in Pagan's like clothes for a key to like unlock?
Yes, there
Manacles?
is a key on his belt.
Okay, I want to get these things off of me. Do you mind if I try something?
Okay.
It might be very weird, so you might not want to look.
I'm getting used to that now with you.
Well, okay. It's not just me. It's a thing that falls from the sky. It's not, and I'm gonna like while talking and distracting her, cut my hand and put it on the wound.
Okay.
And I want to see if like I can give my healing, like heal her with my blood. Because if it's like an alchemical agent, and like it's like some scientific like way, like maybe like there's bacteria in my body that is like stitching up my wounds really fast, or like the rush of my blood to to my skin is like actively healing, like incredibly fast. I'm wondering if like, well, like I know a little bit about like blood transfusions, and like there's this thing that's like been rumored about the humors, and like if maybe a more sanguine humor will heal her wound.
I'm just like looking down, like
Look, it is a medical practice. I believe it is being picked up more here in the West, but it might work. Maybe.
she just kind of looks down and just like waiting to see what happens.
Same
Okay, moving
as
on
mine
to the
stitches up.
cobbler's house.
You can roll lore to try and
Magic her hip.
yeah.
Bet your sweet ass. That was a
Can he-
superb.
Can he use my aspect in a good way?
No, you absolutely cannot use that in a good way. So you bleed upon the wound and into the wound, and you do see it starting to stitch itself, but it's taking a long time. So it's not like your body,
Yes.
but
I kind of
Okay.
like just like put that away. That might be a new formative memory for me.
Yeah, so she is going to just like lean on somebody, and just like lead them to the cobbler in the most like kind of back roads, like back
Yeah.
alley kind of way.
I kind of, as we're
I'm
moving,
gonna Halfdoor's
it
going
okay
to communicate to Ulf. Sorry, but as we're moving, I just want to say this. He's going to communicate to Ulf to stay with Pagan.
Are we leaving? We're leaving Pagan.
We got to go to the cobbler's house.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not
I wanna,
carrying
like-
his body around, but I
I'd
also
love
don't
to
want to leave
tap
him alone.
a half Thor while we're walking and like kind of take a couple steps back.
Okay, give me 1 second. Yep. We're whatever. The channel's open.
Robert is probably gone back to the castle to get the orb. I do not know if we have a lot of time to retrieve it, but I think you might be the only one who could get in besides Ita.
I thought Robert was staying weirdly somewhere in somebody's house in the town or something like that. Was running sneak ops. That was what I had written in my notes. As was the information we had, right?
Yeah, I'm just like thinking this is his, like that's his place. Like he is making this castle as like a hideout or like some sort, and it's being guarded by a bunch of guards. And I'm kind of like giving you mental pictures of like who is there and everything.
Well, he's the count though, so I don't know. Would he be in the castle? Or I thought that was for the what's his name, the invader, the Norman.
The castle is William's castle. It has thousands of troops in it. Robert technically is part of William's sort of upper echelon group of advisors. But he is in charge of the town, and so he has been quartered in the town.
Yeah. Okay. So I think I'll communicate that I think that might be an option, but it's going to take a lot more to get in there and be able to get out.
Actually, I'm wondering about this.
Oh, and then he's going to say to you too that he found out they're marching tomorrow, so the castle's going to be bare bones. We need to go.
But
no.
I wonder about this not being able to get in. If you are able to shape the minds of others, could you not shape them to see what they want and not see you?
I can, and then it clicks, and he says, I think I have a solution, but right now let's get to the cobblers.
Very good.
Yeah, Ida gets there and just like kind of is looking around and then just knocks on the door.
There are guards at the door.
There are guards at the door. Okay.
Yeah, there's 2 guards, one on each side of the door.
Oh, I have this new trick. It works. I just say I am here for landscaping. They leave me alone.
Do these guards look like Edmonds, or are they from
These are Normans.
These are Normans. Okay. Okay, so I see there's guards at the door. outside the cobbler's house. I think then I want to find a way to get around to like another side of the house. Like if there's like, could I look around and see if there's like a like another side of like a window or something that I could
There are windows. They have been boarded over.
have been boarded over. Okay.
In this minute, can we say that Fillmore just zoned out?
Mhm.
He's just
Okay, I want to roll to take over one of the guards' minds.
Okay.
2 pluses, 2 great, which will make it a fantastic.
Fantastic. Okay. He rolled poorly. You are instantly able to take over his mind.
I want him to kill his friend. I want him to sneak attack and immediately take his dagger and slit his throat.
Okay. So he takes him by surprise. Doesn't have to roll for that. Just sort of cuts his throat and is standing there over him.
And then Hathor, with the spike of one of his axes right to the base of the skull, throws the body to the
he's
side
on our side.
and opens the door.
I'm never going to get used to this.
Or try. If it's locked, it starts to try to...
It is locked.
Yeah, so he's going to just try to kick it, I guess. Athletics?
Can I just stand there for a second for like a minute or so and then like just be like okay and then shift into like I can't do the voice. I can just kind of make myself look like one of the guards.
Okay.
So that way at least there's a guard standing there. So
You don't want to like feel their vocal cords and make yours look exactly.
I haven't had a chance to like listen to them talk, so no.
Right,
You
right.
should, like, just feel it though. Just make it on the song.
Down.
Stick your finger down in there. Oh, okay.
There's the bad rolls. There's 3 negatives. So my athletics turns to a...
If you're trying to kick in the door, it's going to be physique, not athletics.
Oh, physique. Oh,
Also,
I don't think
Ida's
I
gonna
have-
stand there and be like,
that's even worse. It's a terrible...
Ida pulls out something. Oh God! Like Ida like looks. She's the guard now, and she goes, "They might have a key."
Also,
Hathor
you are
just
magic.
Hurt his
Also,
foot
you are
very
magic.
badly.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna take a stress on that one. Physical stress. Yeah, he tweaked his knee. He's like, Ulf usually does it. He makes it look so easy.
Look for.
my god!
Shut up! Look for a key.
Hurt. Okay, at least it's in your head. That fucking hurts so bad.
I meant use your head to break
How
down
does he
the door.
do that?
No,
How does
just look for.
Ulf do that? God, he's so
Or
big.
use the key. There's many ways to do this besides kicking.
Okay, all right.
I'm not the one
I'm
to
gonna.
talk.
I'm gonna stand at look. I'm gonna stand. I'm the one. I have to stand there like looking like a guard. So I'm
I'm
just
gonna
gonna be
investigate their stuff.
I'll also stand and look like a guard.
I got a +2
No.
to a plus.
It's good, yes.
Investigate. Is it good? Is
All
there a
right,
key?
yes. You easily find the key.
And then I open the door and we go in.
All right. Inside is a sort of distressed bunch of people. You recognize Leofstan the farmer, Otto the trader, and I forgot the kid's name.
Vermont.
Vermund, the child who is actually floating around the inside of the house, giggling. He's having a good old time. Everyone else is pretty distressed, and Mayor Eadman is in there as well.
So what they see is a Norseman in a leather jerkin, covered in blood and viscera from killing what I think is now 6 people tonight. Swing open, first thud the door, and then hear fuck, swing the door open.
Coincidentally,
Crazed, high as hell, eyes fully dilated.
That's right.
I'm here to help.
Ida, in her voice, because she didn't do the voice. She reaches out. The door is closed. She holds a hand out to Hathor and goes, "Give me the key. At least then I can pretend like I have some whatever."
Yeah, I think Hathor is not super concerned because it's pitch fucking black in the middle of October. So he's like- but yeah, he gives it back and he closes. Yeah.
Yeah, she just looks around at everybody and then looks at Mayor Edmund and goes, it's Ida. It's me, Ida. Like, this isn't long. I mean, I would say long story, but you kind of are in it, so you get it. I'm Ida. Okay.
Understood.
Are they in shackles? Or are they just?
They are all in shackles.
Can I take the key that I used to get undo my shackles and start going and unlocking all theirs?
Yeah.
Awesome. Salam, you will be safe today. We have a boat. We can get you all out.
Sweating, just in the peak of his high right now. Hathor's tripping hard.
I know you all have experienced something strange and mystical during these trying times, but I think if you let me, we can learn more together.
We have to go now.
Yes.
So you can go your own way, or you can come with us.
I would
You
prefer
are not
all
safe
came
in this
with us.
town. I prefer it too, but I understand every person has to make their choice. So if you would like to come, we can give you passage and find a way standing strong together, or you can run from Robert on your own for however long you can last until you're locked up in another room.
Okay. So what emotion are you trying to inspire in them with that?
I'm trying to essentially a hand. I get a rapport. I think it's a rapport. I'm trying to say like, hey, there's a monster behind you, and I know I look like one, but I don't want to shackle you up.
Right.
I want to give you the option of, and I think we're stronger together. So that's why I think it's a rapport.
Okay, go for it.
Do you have rapport, Anush?
Oh, not at all.
Me either.
Just a bunch of fucking psychopaths running around this tiny town.
I got empathy though.
I got a mediocrity.
Okay. So they're listening for sure. But they're kind of like they don't know what to do. Like they're frozen in indecision. But Mayor Edmund is like reassuring them. So I'm gonna
I was
have
gonna
him...
say, can I communicate to Ida? I keep calling you Ida. Ida, and say maybe they'll listen to one of their own. We have about 30 seconds and we need to go. Robert is either alive and well, and or people have taken him and are going to come with more men.
Yeah, I mean, if she's kind of like taking that in as well, and she just looks at them, I mean, and says, anything is better than being locked in this house.
I'm going to turn to them. I'm sorry.
So come with us. She actually holds a hand up to Vermund's, like, come on, love. Like, she's got like, come on, like, take my hand.
Is Vermund's parents around in this room or no? Oh shit.
Have any of you
Fucking
seen
God.
the how you call it here? Not orb, not sphere. The ball that fell from the sky.
We all saw it.
Did you see it recently?
No.
We can do more of this information. We need to get out of here. Ida, we are going to go and grab Vermund's parents. Anush, lead the group to Ulf and tell him we are right behind.
I know it is important to get these people out, Hathor, but that
we cannot collect the orb if we are dead. It is
the most important thing. I don't know if that is possible right now, but I get your fear. Okay, we do this, we get the orb. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
You promise me yes.
Yes. we yes.
We do not leave without it.
We do not leave these shores without the orb. I agree.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. That's Ida's just like, okay. Like, and she kind of pulls Vermin down. It's like,
Okay. Right. Okay. So you get them to follow you. Shush. Sorry, my cat's being loud.
Mom.
Mom.
Mom. Mommy.
Mommy, mama.
Hi.
You see what I put up with, gentle viewers. This is my life.
Hey, there's nothing gentle about you, and I know it. You raunchy viewers.
All right. So you get a hold of them. You get a hold of Vermund, and he reluctantly comes down from the air. And they sort of follow you through. You said that Hafthor and Ida are going to find Osberth the Miller and his wife.
Gotta try.
I think Ida says, she's like, will you try briefly and then we leave? Like, if we can't convince them,
we can't spend time.
Yeah. So
Edmund comes up to you and he says, "It's all right. Hild and I've been talking to Hild, and she's been reassuring Osberth, so we can find him. I know where he is."
Okay. All right. Did I see? I'll ask later. Like, she's like, she didn't really see him. She just saw like a figure. So she's
Right.
like, okay, let's go.
On our way, can I quickly roll a notice check?
Mm-hmm.
Ida, do you have that notice?
Can I help? Yeah, I wouldn't.
I'll also help.
What's yours?
You're not with us. You're going
to Ulf.
You're leading the people to Ulf.
Okay.
I have fair.
Fair. Yeah, I'll help you then.
Okay. All right.
What are you trying to notice?
Yeah, I'll tell Ida, look out for any guards, any men, and in the direction of the castle to see if we see any large darker spots, shadows, helmets glinting off the moon. Kind of give her a mental picture of what to look for, what a larger force might look like.
Okay.
Got it. And I am still as a guard.
Oh, I'm not rolling.
I haven't changed. So
Right.
So I don't lose it. It was not good. It was average. In fact, the best score. It was average.
+1?
+1. Yeah, I had two negatives.
So fair.
It is the best.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Hafthor put his black, I don't know, wolf's cloak or something on, whatever it was. He had a cloak that he threw off, but that's back on for his sneak mode.
Yeah, Ida at this point is more focused on getting to the place and like keeping an eye out like here and now. And so she's just like, I mean, I'm more worried about somebody actually stopping us. So yeah, so she's like, I don't got nothing.
Okay. So you do not spot anything. No one coming after you as far as you can see. You make it to one of the houses in the center of town where Osberth and Hild are waiting, and another Mayor Edmund is there with them.
How did you? I won't ask. Okay. Okay. It's okay. It's Ida. Hopefully he explained this. Okay. Come with us. We have Vermund. We're going to go to a place where we can regroup and be safe.
Thank you so much for saving my son.
Yes.
Of course.
Now he needs his parents. Let's go. And
All right.
Hafthor just starts moving.
Okay. All right. So you make it all the way back.
Hell yeah. Okay. Do we have all the way back to the boat or all the way back to the spot?
To the clearing.
To the
Okay.
clearing.
Is Ulf still there with Pagan?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Is Pagan still out?
Pagan is still out.
Okay.
Can I ask a question as I'm leading all of them? Is Mayor Edmund with me?
Yes.
I knew it. Okay. That was just
Okay.
for Cameron.
I am going to try to information gather in Pagan's mind and see what probe around in his memories to see what was like the plan for tonight and if I can figure out where the orb is specifically.
Okay.
Oh, and the last thing. Jeez. That's an equal. So its will is great, right? Yeah, great. 1 plus 1 negative. And then so sorry, the last thing was his powers. That's the least important though to me right now.
We kind of know that he's got stone skin. So.
Yeah, some sort of impenetrability or something.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it's a great.
It's great. Okay. You fish around his unconscious mind. He is dreaming about a puppy.
It's so cute.
It's an adorable puppy,
and it's so cute.
I want to know what he's doing with that puppy. He's probably kicking it.
he's not. He's loving on it. He loves his puppy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Before he kicks it.
It's his childhood puppy. He loves it. So you do not get. You sense that he he feels strong and invulnerable for sure. As far as the orb, he has only seen that in Robert's hands. He did not see Robert with it today. So as far as he knows, the orb is in Robert's house,
which is around the town or in the castle.
It's in the town.
Oy, fuck.
It is where Edmund used to live before he got kicked out of there.
That's the first place he's going. He's not going to check on those motherfuckers.
Yeah. I think while Hathor is doing his thing, Ida is going around and being like, okay, all right. So, okay, Sir Mayor Edmund, this feels very, I've never talked to you before. This feels very weird. Okay, so you can put yourself in different places. Yes? Yes? Can you physically be in other places, or is it just like kind of you're in another place?
He sort of squints his eyes and holds his breath for a second, and another one of him appears next to him.
Does he appear like solid, like a physical? I mean, I know he kind of hit. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Amazing. So she's just gonna go around and being like, what? And like, Leafston, what can you do?
Who are you talking to?
Leafston?
Oh, Leafston?
Leafston.
He shrugs. I don't know.
You haven't tried or done anything?
Hathor immediately stabs him. I'm just kidding.
You're a nooch.
No.
I just want to see what his powers was.
And so she looks up. Is Veermund still floating? Like, is he chilled out?
Veermund is on the ground, but the wind around him keeps on fluttering like leaves up off the ground and stuff like that. Like it's playing.
I love that. And she looks at Hild. So what's the name of Veermund's dad again?
Osberth.
Okay. So Osberth wasn't there at the night. So as far as we know, okay, so she looks at Hild and goes, what about you? This is a very excitable guard because she's forgotten that she's in guard form, but it's all Ida's voice. She's like, what about you? What can you do? Do you know?
People seem to do what I say.
That kind of is. Hathor can do that too, kind of. I don't know how it works. It's a head thing. That's amazing. And she does look at Otto, who is he's the like Norwegian trader. So he's an unknown. Like Ida's talking to all the people she knows, and she kind of looks at Otto and goes, hi. What about you? I'm Ida, by the way.
Hello. I am Otto. And you are about to ask me if I can do strange things, and I uh, I am able to sense what the weather is doing around me. So that is what I know. But I haven't been able to do superpower things.
So you can tell the weather?
Yeah, it's interesting.
I feel like that will come in handy at some point. Might make a career out of that someday. Who knows?
So I do sail. I do sail from place to place, so
There
that
you
could help
go.
me. Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh well, and then Vermont, he can make the sails go. He with the wind. Oh, this is what I can do. She changes herself back into Ida, and then she changes herself into Anoush, and then she just kind of like does the like she just like starts flipping things, and then goes back to herself again. She's like, "Oh, that's Anoush."
Virmund is absolutely delighted by this. He's giggling.
I am actively like notating everybody's powers.
Yeah, it's like the note taker behind her.
Yeah.
This is Anoush.
No,
It's-
no. I have nothing. I have
No.
not gotten anything.
No, absolutely not, Anoush. We are not doing this. We are all in this together.
Hathor now grabs Anush's hand and cuts it off.
Look, show your pinky. It's a little bit more. No, he heals. He heals. And Hathor, that's Hathor.
I'm gonna roll. Can I roll a will to just say hi in all of their heads at once?
Absolutely.
Everyone vomits.
Everyone. It's a great.
Okay.
I rolled 2 pluses and 2 minuses.
You startle them clearly.
He does that. Okay.
So one of them mutters witchcraft, and the others look very unhappy
Yes.
about that.
That
Can I
is
see who
why
muttered witchcraft? Can I
Hmm?
roll a notice?
It was
It was me.
Witchcraft.
It was Osberth.
It was Osberth. Yeah.
Okay.
No. This was a gift from
Hathor takes an
from
aggressive
God.
step and says, "What do
No,
you know of witches?"
Stop. This is a gift from God.
I know they killed the boy for it.
Did I kill that boy? Am I the witch who did it? Or am I the one who saved you from that room?
Which boy?
So which one is the evil one and which one is your savior? The church or us?
Let it be said, everybody, I am a man of the physical. Yes. I will not pretend to tell you that I am something that you can believe in, but what I can do is I can give you a place where you are safe and where I can help you figure out what is happening with us. If that is something you wish, then I believe we should all get on Haftor's ship and leave together. If it is not what you wish, then I only ask you, if you stay behind, do not tell anybody where we are going. Yes? Is this good for all of you?
I will say into Anush's mind that we are going to tell them we are going to a different place regardless before we leave.
I say back in your mind, I absolutely agree. I think it is not wise to reveal our hand too much if we do not know these people as well as we know ourselves.
We are in accord.
Eva's just like, we gotta work together, guys. We gotta do it.
And I'm like, some guy just put me in chains.
Teamwork.
And then somebody called me a fucking witch.
Well, no, wait, so somebody just now, but no one put you in chains. You're out of chains now.
I I didn't. Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
thinking like somebody who was involved in this, like a
Oh,
person I didn't know,
got it.
put me in chains. Yeah,
Got it. Okay.
just because of what it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Ida as like the the person who's like, I'm from here, I know how these people's minds work. No, not witchcraft. It's from God.
If it makes you feel better, yes, it is a gift from your god.
That's the most condescending shit I've ever heard.
That's
But
really
he
on
said-
brand. It's on
just-
brand for Anoush.
Provoke, 100%.
Empathy.
Can I?
I've got empathy. No, you don't.
I have a
Have to roll because he has this itch in his brain about Robert's house, and he's thinking if he should have left, and going to the mayor's house and is thinking he left the job unfinished, and there's nothing more dangerous than a wounded animal.
Mm-hmm.
But he also is like trying to prioritize, and like he has responsibility of people, right? He has his own land and people that work it and live on it and pay him their subsidies and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he feels a responsibility for these people now, obviously, and in that same way. But I guess like I don't know what to roll because I think he would be conflicted, as am I as a player. To okay, can I trust Ida and Anoush and whatever to just take them and they'll be fine, and go like small party back and we go try to finish Robert off and take the orb? Or do I think that like that is a bad plan to, in tabletop RPG terms, right? Always split the party. But his plan, his thought process is I'll take Ulf and maybe Mayor Eadman, and if anybody else can do something very interesting or good, and just go small party, try to close this deal, get the orb, and we just leave Hastings. For definitely not Persia.
That's exactly where we're going.
Boat.
That's where we're going.
Small boat.
We're never gonna
Going.
make it that far.
To the Middle East.
Not in this vessel. Yeah, we're gonna go kill Oswulf. I'm just kidding. Okay, so I don't know what that would be. Is that like I'm should I just roll like a 50-50 roll or something? More negatives, more positives or something. I just like I don't know how to adjudicate this.
I think if it helps, Anoush, still with that link to your brain, says it is.
Yeah, he'll
time.
bounce that off Anoush then.
It is time now. We need to get the orb. I think you need to take some of them who you trust and who probably have the abilities to help you get there fast, quick, and quiet. I would suggest taking Mayor Eadman, because he might be able to get the orb and bring it to wherever his body is in an instant.
Yeah, I was thinking Mayor Eadman and Ulf, I think is who we're going to take. Okay. Yeah, he's going to sneak back then. He's going to try to sneak back. I would like to do a notice, though, as I come. I would imagine, because I think we said it was like 2 miles or so from the town is the boat. So it could be, I guess we could be like close to a mile or something, halfway there. And I would just like to roll a notice if I see anything.
I want to help you with that. Just kind of
Are you
laying everything
going?
out for you.
Yeah, are you coming? I thought you were going with the you're going to come with us?
She's very good to come with you in this kind of mission.
You, Anoush? No.
No, not me, but
Well,
Then
so
you can't
they've
help me.
already left. Yeah, that's
We're leaving to go. You guys are going back to the boat. We're going back to the town.
that's what Laura was asking. I think she was asking if you had already booked it to leave.
yeah.
But then you said you're going to help with that, but you can't help if you're separate.
I said she could help with that.
Am I going, or am I going with the group? Are you
I
just
think he'll
thinking-
pitch you the plan and say it's up to you. I understand you're hurt, but I also want you to know what the plan is.
Since some time has elapsed, how is my wound looking as it was slowly stitching back together?
It's looking better. It's not bleeding actively, but it still gives you a great pain.
Okay. Yeah, I think that Ida is definitely going to say it's like the mayor is going to be quite an asset, but I can still be a guard. Like I can.
I'm gonna tell her I think your presence is better, to be honest, at the ship in calming these people and blunting Anusha's abrasive style.
And I could just come with you. I know I will be no help, but this is the only reason I came here. Let me come with you. Yes,
Okay.
at
Sure,
least I
sure.
can give you some insight.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
And then I will
All
not harass the rest of them, as
Yeah.
you say.
So,
Ida gets a look. It just says in Hasbro's head, like, be ready to knock him out.
I know. And then he closes the channel to Anush and says, I know what I'll have to do.
Don't kill him. Just
And in the moment you close me out, I relay some of the most important information I have been giving you.
Just a dead end.
and then this. Yeah. Okay.
Actually,
so I will
tunnels
lead
are made
everybody. I'll lead everybody. Also, I do have the best knowledge of the woods, so it does make sense for me to like lead them through the woods, although we're all from here except for Otto. So I was like, okay guys, we're going to this specific clearing, that one. So yeah, so I lead everybody to the boat and like my plan is to get there and like get a fire going, get people settled, and like try to like make camp again.
Okay.
y'all know where Makeout Point is, right? Like that.
Yeah.
Make out point.
Yeah.
All right. So who is going back to town? It is Hafthor and Anush and
Oof.
And was Mayor Edmund.
Oh, and if we can convince Mayor Edmund, I don't know if he would want
Mayor
to.
Edmund, yeah.
Like a version of him.
yes, Mayor Eamon is happy to go with you.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, if I can get a version of Mayor Edmund, we will head back. And whenever we get close, whoever and however many helps we can get, I would like to again do a notice check to see if I see any like large troop movements or like big shifts in the town. I would like to go through a different clearing though, or like some other route, like not exactly where we came last time.
Could I have given him like some help like with Mayor Edmund, like when they're like talking about how to get in, and I could like before we all split up, could I have been like, okay, listen, here's the map, like here's the townie, like okay, so I gave you a help with something at doing that. I don't know what it was, but there you go.
Cool. Yeah, and then I'll just roll, and then you can help with the notice, Anush, or do you have a better notice than I just have the lowest one?
I have a fair notice.
Yeah, I think mine is.
Yes. If you could help me with these looking on the battlefield type sense.
Yeah, I'll tell you like what to look for.
I think I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah, you have a better notice, so I'll help you in what to look for.
Great, I got
Point
it good.
out like where I would hide my troops or like where I would put the ambush people or something like that.
Okay. So you make your way back and search. You take the alternate route provided to you by Ida and Edmund, and you look for where troops would be hiding, and no one seems to be waiting for you.
Okay.
Before we go in there, this is, I think, probably the most helpful I can be, Hathor. When you were fighting Robert, when he came into the clearing, did you get anything in his mind about what his gift might be? Nothing at all?
There was a lot of threats, and I didn't really. I made a mistake in turning away from him too quickly, so I don't know.
Yes, but before this, was there anything you noticed about him?
I didn't notice anything, right? I didn't.
Are you
I don't
sure?
think I did. Yeah.
I do think there was a moment when he almost dodged your spear and wasn't surprised about it.
Yeah, I don't think he would have registered that though. I think he would have just registered that as like he's a good combatant. I don't think he would have saw it the same way Anush saw it. through
Okay.
his eyes.
Cool.
He would have saw it as, oh, this is how this guy earned his rank or something, or he's been
Well,
trained.
would you mind if you could
Yes.
give me a rundown of everything you saw?
And then he'll shoot it in.
Can I kind of analyze
Hathor
the
will
footage?
shoot it into Anush's brain.
He's gonna shoot it in and
Mhm.
like explode it into my mind.
Yeah.
Got it.
Sure.
Okay.
Mhm.
And a
All
sudden
over my
burst.
face. Okay. And I was like a football team that just lost a match and is going over like the
Watching tape.
yeah.
Hmm.
Could I like analyze whatever he saw and try to like figure out what his power was?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okie dokie. What should I roll for that?
Investigation.
Okay. Okay. Whew. Okay, this is a big one. I'm kind of scared.
That's what she's.
It is what she said. It's also what I said.
If you know what I mean.
Put it right in.
Yeah.
I'm actually, can I burn one of my fate points and kind of, and I want to use my high concept Persian polymath to to re-roll.
Okay.
That's okay. Fucking kidding me, dog. It's the exact same fucking roll.
It was meant to be. It was fate.
Ew.
It
That
was
was really
fake.
good. That was really good. I got a fair.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
you
rolled a
don't.
terrible twice.
You don't register anything.
Ooh, terrible times two. That's bad.
Fair. Okay. This might be good. He might not have anything, or nothing of use.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
And then with that, he will say to Mayor Edmund, "You know your house better than anyone. What's the best approach?" And I think he's gonna contact Anush and just tell him. Oh, I think it actually fails that time because he said I need a fair, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Nope. Does not connect.
Oh
But he
my
says
God.
to the ether, "You stay here and run back to the group if something goes wrong."
Yeah. Nobody hears that.
Cool.
All right.
Tight.
All right.
But he'll give him like a hand, I guess, too. But you don't know what the other part of that is. I rolled 4 negatives or 3 negatives. So
If you put a hand in front of me, I'll be like, okay, yes.
All right. Eamon says, "There's only one door, but I never lock the back window, so we could go through there. I assume that Robert hasn't bothered to lock it,
At least if it is here.
right?"
Okay.
Edmund,
Can
you
we
know him? Did you
Yeah.
notice anything strange about him? Like what we can do?
No, he's
We
just
simply have to move. We have to do the thing.
Okay.
We have to move. So can we stealth to the back?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Great.
Nice. Eamon got an average. Wolf got a mediocre.
Oh god.
God, paladin ass
The
motherfucker.
one black shadow.
Yeah, I'm also like staying behind them, but going with them.
Okay.
I got a great.
Okay. All right, you creep around to the back of the house.
I would like to have Ulf give me a boosties and tippy toe. Or actually, can I again, testing the limits of power, I've always needed line of sight, or I thought I've needed line of sight or whatever, right? But I don't know. Can I see if I can feel if there's a mental presence on the other side of this door or other side of this wall?
Go ahead and give me a notice.
Uh, 1, 2, 3. That is also a great.
There are multiple entities inside this house.
Good. Love to hear it. Okay, I would like Ulf to give me a boost.
Okay. He happily puts his hands together for you.
And then can I roll a stealth to just as little as possible? Peeking.
Yes.
And then I would like to see what, and then notice, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Take that. That is a fair.
Okay. You peek up over the window. There are a number of troops in the building. You can see Robert. Robert is looking at you.
I say to Anush, lock the door. In his brain. I want to roll to the Anush. Yeah, that's fine. Lock the door. And to Edmund too. Sorry.
I'm gonna run to the front and. But is the
If
lock
there's
on
any-
the outside or the inside?
Yeah, is there any wood or anything there, like something to barricade it?
Sure. Yeah, there's objects that you can barricade with. There's a wheelbarrow nearby.
But is there a lock? But there's no lock or anything on the outside.
There is a lock on the door.
Okay. But is it already locked?
You can try it.
I'm gonna try the door, see if it's already locked.
It is locked.
Okay.
And he says into your brain, stick your dagger in and try to break it off, or just jam it in as hard as you can into the lock hole. Because the way old locks work, if it can't get in, it can't get in.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
I'll do that.
Halfthor would try to bring down any light sources in the room onto the walls or ceiling.
Okay.
+2 to a great is a fantastic.
All right. You were able to grab a hold of the candles and lanterns in the building, and
because it's like thatch roof, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to light these fuckers on fire.
I'm gonna do something unexpected. I think Anush,
You?
like me, I'm going over what I've seen in my head. Like, there's no possible way he should have noticed that spear coming up off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
Okay, so the candles are flying into the walls. Actually, let me make a roll on that.
My thought is, he knows what's going to happen, and how do you beat somebody who knows the logical events that are going to happen? Don't be logical.
Okay, you knock on the door. The inside has gone dark as the light sources are smashed into walls and floor. There's quiet from inside.
Hello? Anybody home?
Landscaping.
Hello? And I want to keep knocking.
Okay.
Did anything start on fire or no?
There is like a small fire in the corner, but they're containing it.
Damn it. While Anush is doing that, he's gonna tell Ulf to find a torch or something, or we're gonna burn him. We're gonna smoke him out.
Yes, my lord. He takes a torch from his pack and starts lighting it. Meanwhile, At the front of the house, the door is opened by 2 soldiers.
I'm going to run through them. Just try to burst my way through them into the
Athletics.
Okay. I love these rolls. They're so easy. I got an average.
Oh, yeah, they catch you. They grab you.
Okay, as they grab me, can I just like try to like bite one of them and like rip off their ear? Using what I have.
Yes, Mr. Tyson, you may attempt to do that.
Now, what I'll tell you right now is that I'm going to bust through this door and I'm going to bite off your ear.
Meanwhile, Ida is at the campfire being like, surely he wouldn't do something stupid like get himself caught
Hathor is
again.
on the other side of this building thinking like, yeah, I got them to lock the door and now we're going to fucking burn them out and their only exit is going to be this window. And then
I panicked. I got a great.
Okay.
Just the highest I can roll.
You actually bite the soldier's nose right off.
Missed. And I'm
He
going to
screams.
spit it at his face and try to burst in again.
Blood and snot are everywhere. Okay. This distracts them enough to let them through. Robert is standing there looking at you, holding up
if we hear this, can we run to me and Ulf run to the front? Or
You
what?
hear
Me
the
at least.
scream.
Ulf is doing what I told him to do.
Yeah, Ulf is lighting a torch, but you do hear the scream.
Okay, I'll run to the front, and I'm just gonna stand there slack-jawed. I think I would lose any. Just so puzzled by what the plan is.
Robert comes up to you, and he's holding the orb in his hand.
I straight up just tackle him. Just full on jump on him.
Roll fight.
He knows what's going to happen. I got another great.
Oh, nice.
He's going to kick my ass still.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is not enough. He steps out of the way as though he knew you were about to do that.
This is your power, yes. You know things that are going to happen.
He smiles, and he hands you the orb. This is what
Now-
you want, yeah?
I take it. What did you see? What did you see about this?
Take it, go. You got what you want.
Who are you? What do you want?
At this point, Hathor snaps out of his stupor and says, "Take the chance and let's go. You got what you wanted."
It is not. I am not just here for this, Hathor. I am here for answers.
The
If
voice
this
of
man-
Ida saying "knock him out" is echoing through your head.
If this man knows, I need him.
I'm gonna roll a will check to take over Anush.
Do it. Do it. Is it contested or is it just?
It is contested. You
Rolled
get to resist with
even,
will.
So it is great.
Everything's gonna be fine.
I got a superb.
You get a super. Okay, so
My
no,
first
you are not
really
able
bad
to.
roll.
I have a
Or was
really
it
high will. I also got a really bad roll.
How did you have superb still though?
Because I have a great in will.
Oh, so you got a plus.
I might
one.
be
Yeah,
lying
yeah,
to you.
I got
Let
a
me
plus
see.
0.
Yeah, I have a good in will. I got it too. Okay.
Anush, you feel Hathor trying to push his way into your mind, but you are able to keep him out.
What is this? What are you doing? We need him.
We need to live. You have the orb. We have time to get information. Take the opportunity and let us leave.
I look at Robert and I
Find
say,
just what you want, isn't it?
you know what I'm going to do next, yes?
Fuck.
And I take the orb and I want to smash Robert's head.
Roll fight.
I can't do it. I'm not good at fight. I got a terrible.
He smiles. Where for you to go.
Oh, sorry. I think you froze and I spoke in the frozen silence. What? I didn't hear that.
Oh, he said it's time for you to go.
With that, can I roll a will check to grab the clothes on Anush
I'm
and
gonna go.
pull
With
him
you.
out of the door?
I think that's it. I think I'm gonna go with you.
Okay.
You're letting us leave.
Mm-hmm.
This does not seem advantageous for you. Why do you not tell us what you know? I'm leaving as I'm saying this. Do you know what I can do? Do you know what I can do?
Tell me what you can do.
Take the dagger and I'm going to slit my throat.
Okay, now he's an object. Can I just grab him as an object?
Yes, you can. So he slits his throat.
Well, I'm not like... I do want to just like draw blood on my, like, slit my throat,
okay.
draw blood on my neck so he can see it heal back up.
Gotcha. He nods.
Useful. I can be useful to you if you be useful to us.
Is he close enough to grab? I'm just gonna physically grab him if he's close enough.
They let you get in. They let you come in to grab him.
Yeah, and then I grab him and I pull him out.
Haftor, you do not understand. This is the
Shut
most
up.
important. This is the most important thing.
I want to. Can I shut the door and break the lock?
You can give it a go
with my brain.
Mm-hmm.
That is superb.
Okay. The door slams. The lock bends.
Perfect. And then I would imagine Ulf has lit the torch at this point, and
Ulf has a lit torch.
And then we run.
All right.
I run. I go with him.
Can and I think as he's like running, he doesn't even ask. He's got Anush on his back. It's like a full fireman carry. And as he's running, he wants to try to use his brain to propel him forward. Right, his like whatever. And can I try to use my will to fly?
Yes, absolutely.
Fuck yes. Fate, gods. I got what's above superb again? I always forget.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
All right. You take off into the air, soaring through the trees.
Yeah, I think it's still going to stay pretty low. So I'm like right below the like brush line of the trees, right? And I'm just like kind of zoom in so that I'm not too far ahead of Ulf.
Yes, Ulf, who is surprised and amazed at this.
And Mayor Eadman.
Indeed.
All right. And then we get back to camp and I come down like fucking Jesus Christ descending the clouds with a beautiful Persian man with
that's
blood-stained
new.
Robes.
That's new. How'd it go? You have the orb. You have the Godstone.
It technically could have went worse, but I'm not really sure how.
That was not good at all. No, we didn't get what we need.
You got the orb. You said that's all you need.
Either he can see the future.
He can. This is.
He knows.
Bad.
He knows everything.
He does not know everything. That is.
He knows it.
He knows a lot.
We do not know this. We do not know because you did not let me speak to him. He was not hurting us. He was letting us be.
And he was not going to give you any more knowledge.
You do not know this.
I do know this. You do not seem to understand that.
Hafthor, there comes a time where you have to trust people you do not want to trust. If you
like the man who tried to ambush and kill us earlier in the night?
Was he doing that then?
He had the means and the capability to.
This
at a whim.
Right here, this right here, it could be a trap. But now we do not know this.
What?
No matter what he said,
what is the trap?
No matter what information he gave us, whether it was lie or not, it would have given us something. And we left too soon.
There are many uncertainties, but there are ones more likely than others. We do not know if he would have hurt us, but we do know that he had the means and the capability to hurt all of us at his command. And the moment that we stopped doing what he expected or wanted or found us useful, it would have been found. I
Here's
think
the
that's,
thing.
and he grabs the ball and throws it, is useless, is why he gave it to you.
I run and I get it. I pick it up. I know who I am talking to. And I put the ball in my pack.
The Halfdor goes to fucking the ship. He's pissed. It's bad. He goes to his boat.
All right. And
Chews
we
on
will
some fish
end
skin.
it there on that awkward note.
I love that.
Ida is just staring everybody down at this point. She's
Dad and Dad are fighting.
oh no.
Oh.
No. She's not. Dad and Dad are not fighting. Two idiot fucking men
Yeah.
are talking a bunch of bullshit and not letting the sane people talk.
That's very true.
Nobody here is sane.
She's pretty sane. She's
No, but-
pretty like level-headed. Not gonna lie. She said it before. 1,000 years from now, all she will be doing is trying to keep us in line. Oh my gosh!
Amazing.
I need that. I need Robert.
Come back next week to see
Oh my
all the
God.
bullshit Ida is going
That's
to just
crazy.
bring down on these idiots.
All right. I'm going to end the recording.
He
Bye,
knows it
everybody.
all.
Thanks for
Goodbye.
coming.
I love you.
See you next week.
Fucking kill me.